Hey guys, welcome back to the Unusual Suspects podcast. We're on episode 7 right now. I'm your host, Marco.
I'm your co-host, Chris.
Like we always say, make sure you subscribe, follow the Soundcloud, follow the Twitter, leave us questions down below because we really be needing them. It's hard to come up with topics every week without any fan feedback.
That's true. It's true. It is very difficult.
But speaking of that, today's topic is motivation. Now, what is motivation? Motivation means you're gonna keep pushing through and you're gonna keep doing.
Persevere and get to your goal.
You're gonna do whatever it takes to get to your goal, even if you don't want to get to that goal.
Even if you're lazy too, you're gonna get there.
And I feel like motivation gets a little harder, maybe like kind of as you get older, because I mean, even like right now in college, staying motivated can be really hard because there's so much to do, and there's so many distractions.
There's a lot of distractions. I could testify for that. Yes.
Like when you should probably be doing coursework, something can come in and like throw you off. So I mean,
some boys coming into the room real quick while we're doing homework. It's like, oh, I guess we're talking for an hour.
Yeah, like we'll literally be chilling and like I'm like working on homework and then someone will knock on the door and be like, "Hey yo, what's up?" I'm like, "Oh shoot."
And then we joke around for a whole 2 hours basically. It's like, oh,
and then
it's already 12.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna be up till 2 or 3 doing my homework. But like, no, like staying motivated can be really tough because things can seem so minor, but all of those add up to be what you're gonna end up trying to do. And it can be difficult doing that. So, what are the difficulties with staying motivated? Like we said, outside...
Big distractions.
There's so many people that, like, are out there that can, like, get you off track. And you don't think about it. But a lot of your friends probably do it to you. A lot of, like, your family probably does it to you. You know, like, I know that when I have to do homework, I don't go back home for the weekend because I know I won't get homework done until...
The same thing with me. When I were trying to do homework at my house, I had to lock the door in my bedroom. Make sure I tell everyone to stay a little quieter because if they don't, they're going to get really loud. Because my family's loud. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to throw me off. Like, oh my gosh, what's happening on there? I'm a nosy person too. So when people are getting loud, I was like, hey, what's going on over there? I want to join.
What's going on over there? I'd like to join.
I want to join, and that's another thing for me. Like I don't like going home to do homework because that's very difficult. Mm-hmm. Also, since there's a little baby running around too. Yeah,
I think it becomes more difficult. Like, cause I mean, in high school, like I did my homework because it was quick. It was like easy, nice, and like you could get done with it quick. So like doing it at home was no problem, but once you're doing college coursework, like I'm gonna tell you, when I was in high school taking college courses, sometimes it was hard to stay on track at home, cause like writing a 4-page essay at home without getting distracted can get rough.
It takes me at least 3 hours to do a 4-page sometimes, not because it's hard, because writing a 4-page essay usually takes me like an hour. It's just I get distracted so much, and it's horrible.
Yeah, I know that, like, I remember the one thing, it was a big mistake that I made, but, like, for one of my courses that I took, it was, like, a computer, like, science course, and, like, pretty much it was just going over different Microsoft Office applications, and our professor didn't require attendance as long as you signed in at the beginning. You could leave whenever you want, and your work wasn't due until the last day of class.
Damn, you could procrastinate that class the whole entire time.
So, being the smart person that I am, I was unmotivated to do the work. So then, the last week comes up, and I'm like, dang, I really have 4 months of work to do in 1 week. So literally, in order to get that work done, I had to lock myself in the room and
hibernate.
And like pretty much just like as soon as I got out of class, instantly I was working on it. And like the good thing was like I didn't have any homework that week because it was finals week at the college, so like I just needed to study for one final, and most of those finals I could study for just like 2 hours and I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
And then like when it came to high school, we were getting ready for finals in like the next 2 weeks, so like there wasn't that much homework.
Yeah.
So having to do that entire course, I had to make sure that I stayed motivated, and I really didn't want to do it. Sitting in a chair from 5 to like 12 at night for 5 straight nights.
That was not fun.
Isn't fun, especially when you were just at school sitting down.
Also, you're just working throughout those whole entire 5 hours.
Yeah, like I didn't stop.
There was no,
like I was just
no
constantly,
chance of...
I was just constantly going at it. But I mean, you have to keep that motivation to get stuff like that done. I mean, I knew it was my mistake. It was my fault that it didn't, like, that all the work stacked up on me. But I had to make sure that I stayed motivated throughout it to make sure that I got it done. And did I get it done? Yeah, I did. I passed the class with like a 99. So that's literally all that matters.
Okay, when it comes to school, do you think deadlines motivate you to do the work?
Yes.
Compared to waiting, it's like, oh, okay, you could just mess around
Yes.
the whole entire semester and everything's due.
Yeah. So for our like teachers' classes, right? We have like just big projects. Like there's nothing like little really due. It's all just big projects. So like we have a big presentation in one. In our other one, we have another big presentation. We have 2 big presentations.
We have one huge one.
We have
there's
one
2
huge
big
one.
ones.
Yeah. The huge one is like literally like we're giving the presentation to like everyone that's actually important in like our like college, and like maybe the dean will be there. So who knows? But like it's kind of
Yeah, that one's like worth like a third of our grade. If you don't do it, including in our college, yeah, you fail.
but like it's really, it's a big presentation. So like that's one thing, and then we have like one presentation in one, and then one in another.
Yeah, I wouldn't call them mini projects either, because they're still pretty big too.
Yeah, so like one of them is like a mini teach, and like one of them is like half an hour, 25 minutes to half an hour on like going over different things, and then like the other one is an hour long.
Yeah.
And it's like another mini teach thing where we go over a certain topic, and like it's hard to stay motivated with those because you don't realize how close it is until it's too late.
It's only 2 months away. Nothing bad.
Yeah, so like,
and then in reality, you just see how much work it is. Like, oh shit, that's a lot of work.
Exactly. So like, I mean, like I'm trying to get like all my exams done because I have like an exam this week and then I have 2 exams next week. So like once those are done, then like I can start focusing on actually like working on those. But it's hard to stay motivated with them because they're not due. Like there's nothing like due. Like if there was set deadlines for each like part of it, like it was like by this day you have to have this, and with the like huge presentation there is, but like it's hard to like stay motivated because you don't realize how big it, like you know the size of it, but you don't realize how close it is and how you can't get it done in
Time's an illusion when it comes to like those big projects.
Yeah.
Or just work in general. It's like, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And then it just goes by so quick.
Like we have 8 weeks to like go to a multicultural event or like a cultural event that's different from our own, like whether it's religion or something like that. And you know, it's very easy to see how quick that time went because I went to go look and I'm gonna have
like 4 weeks left. Like
there's only, I think there's only
4
four weeks left to like actually find it.
It's so simple too. That
it's literally just going to an event and
go
like,
to
talking
an event
about it
and record a video of yourself talking about it. It's so simple.
But it's so easy to not do it because you're not motivated because it's not due for a while and you don't think about it until it's too late. However, luckily I thought about it the other day and I was like, I don't know if I can go to any event besides maybe like a church service. So yeah, and I don't really go to church that often. So
yeah,
it's gonna be fun. But yeah, so how do you like actually like stay motivated? How do you yourself stay motivated, Chris?
That's a good question. Very good question. Why? Because it depends. There's certain things that motivates me. Like for some people, it's stress. Mm-hmm. People don't like stress. People hate stress.
Stress is good though.
For me, I love stress. I like stressing out basically. Like good stress. Because there's 2 things. There's bad stress, the one that like affects you mentally, and there's good stress that motivates you. I like good stress. Mm-hmm. And so for those like okay, not those huge projects we have to do, but like other like essays and stuff like that. I always give myself at least 2 days to do it compared to a week, because I feel motivated by that in a sense. But when it comes to long term motivation, let me think about that one. So you could go for your motivation. What motivates you?
All right, what really keeps me motivated? I think one of the things, it's not like something I really think about, but it's like in the back of my head. It's like my family, because I don't know why, but I feel like I have this mentality where like I have to like hold like the fort up. I have to hold the fort down, right? And I have to make sure that like I get through college, and I have to make sure that I get my degree in order to like influence and like inspire like the rest of like my younger like family members, so, like my cousins, because I'm an only child. So like I need to like, I feel like I need to actually get it done, like stay motivated and be interested in school, and make sure that I'm doing all of this to make sure I do get my degree, and that they will hopefully move on and get their degree. But like it's something in the back of my head that I think like don't really think about. Like you don't just think, oh man, if I fail, like I'm done. Like they're gonna look at me and they'll be like, oh my god. But like it's always been rough, because like I've always been like one of like the best kids, I guess, out of my family. I don't know, not the best, but the oldest for sure. So like I'm the one who like everyone has to look up to, and I'm the one that like is supposed to inspire. But you know, like
you're supposed to be the leader role.
Yeah, life can get rough.
Role.
Yeah, like you have to make sure that you stay up, and like it's rough sometimes, because you have to make sure that you're always on track, and that you're always like keeping a good mindset, and like that's rough. Like I mean, I had a rough like 2 months, so like that's hard to stay motivated through that. But like you just have to push through it, and you have to think about your bigger, I think the bigger end goal is what I always think about, because like I don't like chemistry, but I have to take chemistry in order to get my degree, because it's the only science course that fit my schedule. So like that's the only reason why I'm even somewhat motivated to do chemistry, is because of the fact, is because of the fact that if I do get it done, I'm done a year early, and I can get to like teaching like quicker. So it's really like those are like the two big things that motivate me, I think. Did you think about your other thing?
For me, it's like the similar case for like motivation wise is like for me, I'm a first year college student, and like my whole entire family, so that kind of motivates me. It's like, okay, yeah. I had to do pretty decently, get to like junior year at least. It's like junior year at least, you
just
know?
at least a junior year.
And so it just motivates me to like keep on going. So okay, I might be late. I'm a lazy person, but at least I should just get there. At least persevere through that to like feel accomplished in myself. And for like other little things, lesser like goals, not like a whole like mental burden on me, it will be like self-satisfaction of just doing little things. Like, okay, yes, that thing's due in a week. I could procrastinate, but right now, if I get it done right now, I don't have to worry about it at all. And that kind of motivates me. It's like having more free time for myself. I'm a lazy person. I like to binge shows.
I know you are a lazy person. This man is in the like dorm room 99% of the time watching something on his phone. Like dead ass, this man does not leave. He'll get out when I tell him, hey yo, let's go do this or do this. But like let's go record this podcast. Like then he'll get up and he'll get out of his bed. But besides that man ain't doing too much. That man always chilling. Yeah, that man always chilling. No, I think one of the things that I should probably start using to motivate me is be like, okay, so I've been playing a lot of 2K. So maybe I should be like, all right.
If I could get this done now.
No, I can't play 2K until I get this done.
Damn.
Like I literally like pull the cord and then like I give it to somebody that won't give it to me until I finish. Like I take my Xbox cord and like I unplug it entirely. And I like give it to somebody.
Oh, you should give it to me and I hide it under my pillow. Because I'm always laying in my bed.
But then you're going to end up falling asleep on it and I'm going to be like, fudge, dude. Like, how am I going to...
do more work.
Bruh. I finish everything and then you're just going to be chilling there, laying down asleep on my cord. No. But, like, I was trying to think, because, like, there's, like, a lot of difficulties with being motivated. And I think one of the things that I think isn't talked about enough is sleeping. Like, I find it really hard to be motivated when I'm
tired.
tired.
Yeah.
And I've been tired for like so long, but recently I've been getting on a better sleeping schedule by just popping the hell out of melatonin. Just ODing on melatonin every night in order to go to bed. Like, Chris sees me, like, so like I have these melatonin gummies, and like you're supposed to have 2, so I'll have 2, and then literally I'll just be out in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gone. Like, last night,
it's a big difference from last semester too, because I used to go to sleep at probably like 1 or 2, and this man still, like, he like goes on his bed. I just hear, like, I just suddenly wake up an hour later.
Yeah, like go to the bathroom or something.
And so this guy went from laying on his bed and then playing 2K. And it was like, bruh, he's not asleep yet.
Last semester I had like difficulties with sleeping.
Yeah.
And that was because of like personal like things, but like a lack of sleep really makes it hard to be motivated and to actually like continue. So now that I like every Monday and Wednesday I've been getting around like 9 to 10 hours of sleep. Mm-hmm. And then Tuesday, Thursday we hope and pray that I get 7.
6 or 7.
I hope I get 7. Because class I have to be up like at 8:30, so I hope I'm in bed by like at least 1:30, mm-hmm. or asleep at 1:30. So I mean, like last night I went to bed at 1, like 20 or 30, somewhere around there.
But then I woke up 1.
But then I like kept on waking up, and I was like, nah, I want to sleep more because I was supposed to get something done today, but I was tired. Well, not done today, but like done in the morning. I wanted to get it done in the morning. It's gonna get done tonight. Yeah, but. It was like a thing that we have to do for one of our teachers' college classes tomorrow, but I wanted to get it done to like in the morning, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed right now. We're gonna wake up early. We're gonna get it done. It's not a long thing. It's probably like an hour long to do.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Like half an hour to an hour, somewhere in that range. But I didn't, and that's because I wanted to sleep because I was exhausted from the past couple nights not sleeping that much. So sleep has a big factor. And I don't think a lot of people think about it. Please, if you cannot sleep or you need help fixing your sleeping schedule, pop melatonin.
Yeah. I don't like, I'm perfectly fine with sleeping, but seeing the effects on him, he's out so quickly. Sometimes even before me, sometimes if I'm awake still, he just crashed out. He doesn't move. And I was like, whoa, he's actually knocked out. That's crazy.
Yeah, I've only woken up once when I was like, on melatonin besides like my alarm and there's like when I had like a stomach ache and then like I woke up in the middle of the night, but besides that like it helps and it's helped me stay a little more motivated because I'm actually like going to my classes. I'm like, all right, we're chilling, like this isn't that bad.
You're actually sometimes more rested. You're definitely more rested than
my eyes were always red for like the last month. Like my eyes are just
more. I think probably more than a month. Your eyes are like somewhat red, like a tint of red.
Yeah, they were at least tinted red. Like, if you lift, like, my eyelid, you'd see white and you'd tell that there's a color difference between the two. Like, it wouldn't be red, like, bloodshot.
No, it's not bloodshot. It
would, like, sometimes it looked like I was high, and I don't do drugs. So, like, it looked kind of bad. And it was literally just from a lack of sleep. But no, like, having more sleep has made me feel a little bit better about everything. Like, actually getting work done and all that type of thing. One other question was like even when you don't enjoy it, how do you keep pushing? So like I said about chemistry, like I look at the bigger picture and I'm like, okay, if I get this done, I graduate a year early, so I have to get it done. What things push you when you're like trying to
see? Mine's not as big as yours. Of like I could get a whole year off college. No, mine's nothing like that big. Mine's more like, hey, I could do more of my own shit called watching shows. So that motivates me. Is like, okay, I really don't want to do this essay right now, or I really don't want to do my math homework right now. Mm-hmm. But if I get it done early or somewhat before the deadline, that means I could do other stuff. Mm-hmm. Just talk with friends and actually have fun with them. Mm-hmm. So like the little things make me like motivate me. It's like, okay, just get it done, get it over with right now, mm-hmm. and I can do more shit without having to worry about it.
I think like the other thing that like motivates me is that like it just has to get done. Like
there's no doubt about it. It just has to be done. So
like
why not get it right now?
Like even if it's not something that like is like a bigger picture type thing or like something like that, like what motivates me to do some things is like I literally think I'm like, no, this literally has to get done. Like there's no way like this has to be done. Like I cannot hold back on this. Like it has to get done. So that ends up pushing me. I'm like, okay, you know what? I need to push through this even though I hate this. Me when I was like grinding 2K and trying to get my shooting guard to a 95 overall, and it took me 126-minute quarter NBA games to get him maxed out. But guess what I did? And now my center is almost maxed out. No, my center is halfway done. But like it gets motivation is hard to keep because there's so many things that can push you off track.
It could like derail you.
Yeah, there's so many things that will derail you, and there's so many things that will like just there's so many people and so many little things that will make you unmotivated. And it goes deeper than just like people, like personal issues that you're having or like things like that. Those all affect it, and it makes it really hard to stay motivated, but you just have to think about it and make sure that you still push through it and that you think about what you really want to get done and what you want to do, and think about the bigger picture a lot of times, or the fact that, you know what, this has to get done, so I'm gonna just do it. And yeah, I think that's everything with motivation.
Yeah,
this is a pretty good ending. So make sure you send us your questions and such, whether it's about our personal selves or about, I don't know, college again. I don't know. Literally any question.
Or if you need like another point of view, like you have like a top, like a question is like, hey, I need another point of view of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like ask us. It could be a quick little session.
Yeah, like you're having like an issue, like a quick little like second opinion.
For example, and we're not doing this example though, is water wet? We're not going to get into the argument right now, but that is an example where you could like send us a question of like that, and we could just talk about it.
Yeah. So just make sure you send us questions. YouTube comments, Twitter, whatever. Make sure you follow, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that way you know when we go live. Always at 5 on Mondays.
Yes.
That's 5 p.m. What is that? Pacific. It's gonna get weird because we're going into daylight savings time. Oh yeah. It's gonna get weird in a little bit, but yeah, make sure you keep send us those questions. And yeah, I'm your host Marco.
I'm your co-host Chris.
And peace out.